it to stand up. All right, let's see. Ready?
Yep.
There you go.
Well. Hey, this is Drew with Make It Better, and today my buddy Gabe is going to be showing us how to restore this old hatchet. All right, check it out.
Woo!
All right, so we're going to do a little demo chop to show you what this sad axe is currently able to handle. I've had this for probably 10 years now, 10 or 11 years. And as you can tell, it's seen better days. So we're going to do a quick little demo to see what it can do, and then we're going to be restoring this bad boy. So let's see what we got. Alright, so this is a wood called black wattle. It's some of the hardest, densest firewood in New Zealand.
There we go.
So honestly, I don't know how fair of an assessment this is. Let's try it against maybe something a little bit more fine, a little bit easier to use. Alright, so Gabe was just saying that the biggest change we'll see with the sharpening will be not necessarily in the way that a log splits like we showed before, but in more of the chopping against the sides of a piece. So we're gonna get a little demonstration to see on this piece of birch what it does.
All right. Okay, we'll try that again with it sharp. But as Drew said, the biggest thing when you're splitting is sort of the geometry, you'd call it. It's how this flares out in the shape. But when you're cutting through something, like if you're on a camping trip, a good sharp edge can really save you time in getting fresh firewood by cutting. So we'll see how it goes.
We are going to be sanding the rust off of this, and then we'll be putting the patina on it. And then Gabe's going to do a special technique to sharpen the edge. Are you going to be able to do your special technique? Would you even want to do that on this? Is that kind of pointless?
I think the method that I do is coarse on one side and fine on the other. We probably won't do it on this edge. We'll probably go fine and fine, because the technique that I do is really good for slicing, but with an axe you're primarily what you call push cutting. So you're traveling through the material this way.
Don't tell me how to use my axe.
Okay, well, if you want to cut up your steak with it.
But maybe we could do the hilt blade. Potentially we could do your your special
this guy.
Yes. So of course, just like any axe needs to have a knife in the
inside
hilt. Right?
Everybody needs that.
Hilt?
A hilt, handle. I don't know.
It's got a knife in it, and Gabe's gonna sharpen it. It's gonna be awesome.
There we go.
Cool. So Gabe, is there a certain grit that you want to use when you're doing this step? Or what's kind of the idea behind it?
I'm using the 80 grit right now because the rougher and coarser, you'd say, the grit, the faster it's going to take material off. Once you finish that, it can be good to go to a finer grit, like a 100, 200, 300. if you're gonna put a patina on it, it will erase a lot of the lines and the texture that I put on here. But if you're going for like a final finish with sandpaper, you wanna make sure to keep your strokes really straight so that it looks even lines.
Yeah, that looks way better already.
Yeah, yeah.
Missed a spot here.
Oh, the whole edge? We gotta grind the whole edge off. I'm sorry, I'll get right on it. Just get a light sand on the back. I'm not sure if the patina is, but it's gonna look cool.
Quick little close-up to see what the face of it looks like now with
Sure, go for it.
The macro. Just using this little rig here, it's a 20x to look at the face. We already did that to show you what the rust looks like, but we thought it'd be a good chance to see. So I'll switch over and show you what I'm looking at with this now. Wow, pretty cool. All right, so can see how cleaned up that is, and you can also just see like all of those horizontal lines that Gabe was talking about and why you want to kind of keep it in one direction. Sweet. So that is the progress up to now. We'll move to the patina.
Well, we're gonna put some vinegar in and water into this solution to make it acidic, because you can force a patina coating on metal, which prevents future rust, by having high heat and acid rather than water and air, which produces rust.
All right, cool.
We'll do about 1/3 vinegar for this mix and see how it goes, and 2/3 fresh water. Enough to submerge the axe head, the part that you want to form the patina coating on. There we go, just let that boil.
Alright, so Gabe, why are you drying this off?
Well, if you leave some of the hot vinegar on there, it will continue to react in that area, producing a different color. So it's relatively important, if you want a pretty even finish, that you dry it off all at the same time. And then all of your areas that didn't have patina before will be the same color.
So we got the patina on it. Now Gabe is going to be doing the sharpening. He's got all of his supplies here. He carries with him at all times in case there's a dull blade.
Of course, of course. Basically, we've got a coarse file and then a fine file, also known as a bastard file. I'm sorry, not fine, a medium file. And just for fun, I've brought some ceramic stones that have a medium stone and a fine stone on each side. And this leather can double as a stropping material with this diamond spray that I've got.
Diamond spray.
Mm-hmm.
Fancy.
0.5 microns, bro.
Sweet. So Gabe's gonna go through and turn this into a nice edge again, which it has not seen for probably about 9.5 years.
Wish me luck.
All right, so we're going back at it again to see how our edge is looking now. And also just showing the finish. Ooh. All right, so now we can see, take two. Now we can see all the lines that got chewed away by the acid of the vinegar. Like Gabe was saying, you can really see the machine finish stayed on it, but a lot of that vinegar chewed away some of the lines we got from the sandpaper. Now look at the edge of the the hatchet that we have not touched really yet. This is going to have a drastic change because Gabe's going to start chewing away all this metal with his files, his little toolkit. All right.
On an axe head.
So there was one thing that we didn't account for with Gabe's toolkit, which is this nasty little beast right here, and how severely I've damaged this hatchet. So we're going to take a little bit of a leap and
pursue alternative options.
Look at it, Gabe. What's kind of the risk of using that as opposed to the file?
The great thing about a file and ordinary abrasives is that they don't heat up your edge much. The steel in any cutting edge has been heat treated to a certain hardness, and if you get above a certain temperature level, which you might by the friction caused by one of these, you might change the heat treatment. So we're just going to be real careful to do it really gradually, and hopefully we won't mess up anything too badly.
Can we really mess it up worse?
No.
It can't get any worse, so
all right.
Let's give it a shot.
All right.
Gabe, how's the Dremel working compared to?
For this sort of a sharpening job, it's actually not heating up very much. I've been pleased and surprised by that. And this giant chip is almost gone now. The edge is very much mangled and there's steel chips coming off, but we'll clean that all up later. It's working actually quite good for the job at hand.
So you're thinking we got one or two more passes with the Dremel to kind of get it where it needs to go?
I can still see some of the patina on the edge here, but yeah, I think it should be another couple minutes on the Dremel. We should be good to go.
So we're done with the Dremel.
We're done with the Dremel, and I don't think we're gonna hit it with the files because it's actually probably a finer finish than what I'll get with the files. So I'm gonna go straight to a 400 grit natural stone, and we'll use like a circular motion to sort of buff out those chips and nicks that we created, and then we'll go progressively finer and finer to some ceramic stones, and eventually Drew's favorite, the diamond stroke.
Oh, beautiful. So bougie. All right, let's get ready to diamond stroke.
A 400 grit. This is a Norton India stone, if that matters to you, if you're shopping for sharpening stones. We've loaded it up real good with carbon steel there, so I'll have to clean that out later. But we've raised a burr, which means we've sharpened it till the metal folds over a little bit. You can feel it with your fingertips when you sharpen. And we've done that on both sides, and we've polished out some of the inconsistencies there. So I'm going to start going to finer stones, and we'll see if we can get this nice and polished. So we're going to move to a ceramic. It's made by a Swedish company called Falkniven. The model's CC4. It's got a medium grit abrasive on one side and 0.1 microns on the other side, which is real fine.
All right, well, you can see we've both got important jobs to do. Gabe's doing some of the work, most of the work, and I made tea for us. Yeah, that's, you know, the beauty of doing things together. We all get to just hone in on our strengths.
Hone, yeah, appropriate vocabulary.
And you can also see the vest has come on as we are in kind of winter time in New Zealand, almost approaching winter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously, we're in New Zealand because of our thick Kiwi accents as well. But we are actually in New Zealand. All right, so we've got some progress here. Gabe, what are we at now? We're still at the ceramic?
Yep, we're doing the medium ceramic. I'm kind of taking time to even out the finish of the edge a little bit because it's nice to look at an edge that looks nice. But most of the profiling work, the shaping work, is done. So I'm gonna kind of pretty it up just a little bit and then work on the apex. So with this one was so damaged, I'm not worried about kind of following a strict sort of V shape. I'm gonna actually increase the angle that I'm sharpening at a little bit at the apex to give it a little bit of extra strength at the cutting edge. It's a process you could known as convexing, or if you just do a little tiny one, they call it micro beveling. The little gash we had in there is giving me some problems, but I'm trying to make sure we're sharpening all the way out there. We're gonna do the ultrafine stone, ceramic stone here, and then we're gonna go to diamond strop compound in wood here, and I'll polish the edge up with that, and then final we'll do a diamond strop with a piece of leather. There we go, yeah. Okay guys, so we've got a nice fine edge. It's looking decently good. I'm happy with it, especially considering what we started with. And you can feel that little burr has flipped to the other side now. This side feels round when you roll your fingers across it. The other side feels like it has a bit of grab to it. That's what you want. At the end, you want to balance that out. So you want to do really light strokes at the steepest angle you used on one side, and then check to feel if you flipped it to the other side. And if you have, then you want to do a real gentle stroke on the other side, all along, and make sure you eliminate that. You want to do this until you can't feel it anymore. Some stones are better than this, better at this than others, but it's sort of the gentle finesse part of the process. And after you've balanced it, then you can go onto your polishers, wood, cardboard, or leather, with or without compounds in them, diamond or whatever. And I'm pretty happy with that. Let's call it good.
if you don't have all the other stuff, can you just sharpen your axe from the very beginning with a piece of wood like this? Is that recommended?
No, not.
I mean, why not just jump to the last step?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. Maybe I'll refer them to the video footage we took of the chip that was out of this. You can, however, just get by with a ceramic stone if you sharpen it once every few months rather than once every decade.
It's not the years, it's the mileage.
That's pretty good. I'll do a little bit more. You can actually see I'm taking off quite a bit of metal with that diamond compound. Make sure we get that steeper angle. That feels good. I'll flip it around to the other side. Leather is so nice.
Alright, so we're on to leather now.
We're on to leather.
Is this like the final phase? Or
The final countdown. Yeah, this is it. Basically, when you sharpen, there's tiny little flakes of metal out at the edge, and you want to do progressively more gentle forms of sharpening when possible to balance the edge out and to sort of eliminate those not so useful flakes. So we are doing the final polish, and I am enjoying myself because it is fun.
So, I mean, this is obviously a better finish probably than it was when it was factory. Is that fair to say?
Oh yeah. I've bought a Fisker's axe, which is the same maker that does these Gerber axes, and they do a decent job having a decently long lasting edge, but it's pretty wide. It doesn't want to cut super deep. I think they leave it durable, knowing that some guys will never sharpen it, but this will be probably about 1/20th the width at the apex that this was when it came out of the store. So yeah, and we're balancing just like with the stone. You want to kind of balance.
So are you saying that the Fiskars and Gerbers company, they don't have someone like yourself fine tuning by hand every single?
Have to pay them for too many hours. Too pedantic to be paid hourly wage for it, I suppose. But all right, we're gonna call that.
Like, are we though? Can it get sharper? Surrender. Alright, so let's see if we can see the, oh my gosh. Look at the edge of that now. Wow. That's ridiculous. Gabe, do you see that? That is very impressive, huh? Well, do you want to do the honors of seeing how she performs in the after test?
I would love to. Let's do it.
Awesome.
Okay. Find another piece of black wattle.
Help yourself. Let's see, something kind of comparable maybe. Was this about she's naughty though. Okay, let's give her this one.
Sure. Yeah, there's some wave to that grain. That'll be a bit of a challenge, I'm sure.
I will say, even if you're using a regular axe or a splitter with this black wattle, it is a brutally hard and sinewy material.
Hard to get it to stand up. All right, let's see.
Ready? Yep.
There you go.
Well,
done. Let's see how it cuts.
Awesome.
Well, that was good.
All right, now the old birch.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You can see how clean those cuts are?
Yeah.
It's 1, 2.
Massive.
You got yourself an axe, bro.
Gabe did an awesome job of bringing that axe into another decade of you.
Yeah, you better sharpen it in the next decade.
So if you liked watching Gabe, check out his channel again, the Homeslice, where he goes through all sorts of stuff about how to sharpen knives and the science behind it, cool techniques. And yeah, Gabe, this was awesome. Thanks for coming and doing this. And yeah, like and subscribe. This channel and Gabe's channel, go check it out. And we'll probably collaborate on some more stuff in the future as well.
Yeah.
So Gabe, thanks for coming to do this. And everyone else, take care.
Peace
Hope
out.
you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.